when the time came to leave Everton, I know Kenny was manager of Blackpool, he came in for you and you idolised him as a player when you were obviously growing up. But was it a big disappointment to be leaving Everton as well?
Oh, massive. Well, I'd had the opportunity in the summer because Don Mackay was the manager of Blackburn Rovers, and no disrespect to Don, when Howard come to me, he said, look, we've had an offer from Blackburn Rovers, and it was basically what Everton had paid to Leicester, £1 million or 1.1 million. So it moved on. November came and I was in and out of the side, and circumstances changed at Blackburn, and Kenny had taken over, and I don't want to be disrespectful to Don Mackay, but I felt it was going to be different then. There was going to be a different opportunity, and we were still lucky. I went to Blackburn and we managed to get out via the playoffs at the end of the season. But we were lucky there that we didn't have to stay another year in that division, which could easily have happened, and then he wouldn't have been able to attract the players that he did attract.
And I want to talk about one of them players who I thought you formed a fantastic partnership. I played against you a couple of times at Blackburn with this fellow who turned out to be a top international world-class striker, and that was Shearer, your partnership with him. Both were hard-working, and I felt that you did, and I'm not just saying it because you're a pal of mine, I thought you did well for him in his career at Blackburn.
I have to say he was easy to play with, because he was hard working, and people don't recognise that about Shearer. Not everybody recognises it. He was a pest. Do you know what I mean, to play against? And he was a rough, proper, old-fashioned centre forward. I mean, his goals that he scored were amazing, and the number of goals he scored were unbelievable. But anybody who played against him would tell you he was a right hard, rough and tough centre forward. And we got on from the word go. We got on unbelievably well. You know, when you're playing on the same level or mind-wise,
same wavelength
as people. It just happened immediately, and
so you didn't really work on it on training pitch or anything.
It was just not at all. No, not at all. If anything, when he came to Blackburn, I'd been one who'd run in channels and always be up there heading things on and all this. If anything, I played a little bit deeper than him, because he was doing that, running in channels. And so, don't get me wrong, we both ran in channels and we both went for headers and that. But there was like a telepathic thing that when you're going up for a header, you knew exactly where one another were. And because you had that desire to get on the end of it, you would make it a good ball, a bad ball into a good ball. And it just, we're playing in a good side as well, by the way.
Yeah.
You know,
you were a top quality side.
Good side of unrecognised players. You know, that's what they'd done at Blackburn. They hadn't gone and bought the best players in the world. They'd bought good up-and-coming players.
Just a couple of things I just want to finish on. You played for some fantastic managers, obviously.
Like yourself.
What are you laughing at? I ain't got to that point.
I wondered how long it was going to take.
I'm coming to that now. You played under Kenny Dalglish, you played under Colin Harvey, Howard Kendall. But surely, when I signed you for Doncaster, when I was manager of Doncaster, do I not come into that category as one of the greatest?
Well, there were things that we did that...
no, that you did.
The things that we
Some
did.
things that you did used to rile me as a manager by not turning up a couple of days. Remember that one?
You said have a couple of days off.
No, I didn't. I said I had one.
You had a couple of,
I said I had 1 day off and it led into 2 days.
Well, no, you sent me up to Newcastle with a pal of yours from that Italian in Doncaster.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't stay there 3 days.
We got snowed in, I think.
What, in May?
Yeah.
But no, it was great that you come back and played for me and tried to help me and stuff like that. But it is difficult being a manager. But you went then to Hartlepool. You got a promotion with them, and then I thought you made me chief scout at Luton for you. I thought management-wise, and I'm not just saying it, I thought you did a fantastic job at Luton. Now, it's a crying shame that you're not involved as a manager in football. You must have enjoyed them times at Luton. Promotions, you saw good players. You clubmen vast amounts of money, Luton, on good players, and you kept the team going. You did a fantastic job there.
I was down to the scout.
Yeah, we're down to the scout, but no,
I enjoyed
you've done
it.
all the successful
really
stuff before I even come back.
The actual, I mean, it's the next best thing to playing, I think, is actually being involved as a coach or a manager. I wouldn't really want to be in the media, and there are lots of lads who've gone and made good careers for themselves in the media. I always wanted as a kid. Steve, there was a lad called Alex Bruce at Wigan Athletic.
Yeah.
And he first used to play for Preston.
Yeah.
And on my first training session, I was 18 at Wigan Athletic. He said, "What do you want to do when you finish?" My first training session. I didn't know whether he like expected me to be finished by the end of the week or whatever. But he said, "What do you want to do when you finish?" And I went, in them days, you used to say, "Put something back in." That's what it was called, and that's what it said. And he went, "Yeah, good idea." Yeah. That's what he said, and I remember that, and that's what you wanted to do. And I still now I want to manage, and I want to coach and be part of a dressing room again. You know, you can't say what you were like as a manager. The best people you could ask is the players that played for you. Howard will tell you that. Yeah. I mean, I still talk fondly of Howard, and yet he sold me to Blackburn Rovers. So if you look after them and you're honest with them, you'll get the best out of them. And then obviously you've got an idea of, and I was lucky that I played in good football sides with good players. So you've got an idea in your mind of how you want to play and how you want your sides to play. And there's no better feeling than standing there watching them, knowing that even if you go behind, you've got ability and you've got strength of character that they're going to get you out of it, because you can't do anything. You know, you see loads of managers on the touchline these days making all sorts of signals
with the papers
and all the rest of it. And it's got to be image, or it's got to be for show, because once you pick the team, the only influence you can have is either move somebody or substitute somebody. That's the only influence you can have. You can't play the game for them.
No, I agree. Newell,
all right.
Thanks very much,
Pleasure.
Brilliant.